What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. It's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. This will be my last video out here in Las Vegas on my vacation, so I hope you guys enjoyed them. I didn't have all of my editing software. I tried my best. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for watching the videos. And with that being said, I want to get into this video right here. And this video is about this guy right here, who they deemed a straight up menace to society. And they meant it by every ounce of the word in their conviction of this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, the man on this screen is Dre'Shaun Mitchell. He's 27 years old, or he was 27 in 2022. And this guy shot up three separate shootings. He had three separate shootings in the same neighborhood in 12 days, and they deemed this the 12 days of terror. This guy's just been convicted to life without the possibility of parole. This guy has murders, a bunch of other crimes that they associate with him that I can't remember. Is late. I apologize, but I'm gonna show you this video, and they talk about the situation in which got him in this position. They gave this guy life without the possibility of parole, and I think plus 86 years or something. So basically, after he dies, his soul will stay locked up for 80-something years until judgment can be passed on him elsewhere. Take a look at this.
New at 6, a Channel 2 Action News exclusive. We're using body camera video and evidence photos to piece together how prosecutors got a life sentence for a man they say waged a 12-day reign of terror in a Southeast Atlanta neighborhood. And Channel 2 investigative reporter Mark Winnie is live in the newsroom. Mark, you learned he had 6 other convictions.
That's right. The lead prosecutor on the case from the Fulton County DA's office says Dre'Shaun Mitchell was an admitted gang member, though he says he has now quit the gang, and the jury deadlocked on gang charges. She calls it 12 days of terror in Thomasville.
Hey, get on the ground. Someone get a car. Get on the ground. Get a car.
Mr. Mitchell is just really a menace to society.
On your face. Hey, we need someone back up there. Back up there. Someone back up. All right, somebody move in.
3 shootings in less than 2 weeks in the same Southeast Atlanta neighborhood.
12 days of terror in Thomasville.
Says Fulton County Senior Assistant District Attorney Amanda Green, culminated with a homicide. The victim, Willie Henderson III. And she says Dre'Shaun Mitchell, a Rolling 60s Crips gang member at the time, the gun-wielding author of the 12 Days of Terror in Thomasville, has a troubled history. 6 prior felony convictions. And because 4 of them came before the spring 2022 shooting spree, the court case that came from it culminated with a sentence that could bring him thousands of days in prison.
Judge Emerson sentenced him to life without the possibility of parole, plus 91 years, which is the maximum that he could have received for the charges he was found guilty on.
She says Mitchell was convicted of felony murder. Additional charges stemming from shooting another man 4 times in the April 5th, 2022 incident in which Henderson died, for shooting a gun to frighten a teenage girlfriend who was not struck on March 25th, 2022, and for a similar incident with another girlfriend April 1st, 2022. And more. Defense attorney Tim Cook.
He believes he was wrongfully convicted, and so we will be filing a motion for new trial within the statutory time period of 30 days. And so that should be filed shortly.
Ms. Green says the jury deadlocked on a straight-up murder charge involving Henderson and on numerous gang counts, though Mitchell admitted on the stand he was a gang member at the time.
He told the jury that in the neighborhood that he grew up, there was peer pressure from a very early age to align yourself with people who would protect you from others. This was a dog-eat-dog world. It was unfortunate.
This was a ballistics case. Ballistics is what solved this homicide. The March 25th incident, the casings that were collecting at that incident matched the casings that were collected at the homicide scene.
Cook says Mitchell maintains Henderson had shot at him earlier, and Mitchell was afraid he and the man with him were about to again.
It was a self-defense case.
The fact that your client was steeped in the gang culture, do you think that made him more likely to turn to guns to use during a dispute?
Unfortunately, yes.
DA Fonnie Willis.
Gang members are much more likely to, 1, do crime at all, and certainly to do more violent crime.
So Prosecutor Green says Mitchell testified someone told him Henderson had fired at him earlier, and he went to investigate, and that another person with him also fired when they confronted Henderson. She says both Henderson and the other man who was shot but survived had guns. She says Mitchell testified that he recently quit the gang. Live in the newsroom, Mark Winnie, Channel 2 Action News.
Guys, that's the story of this idiot, Drayshawn Mitchell. Ain't never coming home. And I want you to pay attention to a couple of things I'm going to talk about real quick. First thing is this. Said he was involved in 3 separate shootings in the same neighborhood over 12 days, right? Loose cannon, wild as can be. Saw him throwing up gang signs and all this other stuff. You always get the same thing out of these guys when they feel as though their back is against the wall without no wiggle room. Oh, I left the gang. Yeah. Right when you got arrested, just that day, and then you went back in there and found other people that was like you, and you took pictures in your cell flexing. You know what I'm saying? The people that he shot up was people he thought was looking for him. In the streets, you do dirt, you get dirt. That's the thing that's crazy. A lot of these people out here running around doing stuff think they untouchable. Notice it said the shootings happened where he tried to shoot up 2 girlfriends' houses and hit people in them or around them while trying to scare them. So not only was you a terror to just the general public, you was also a terror to people that you was in relationships with. Just the thing, anger management and impulse control, if you ain't got that, it's a one-way ticket to the plantation, i.e. the penitentiary. Or the graveyard. Only thing he's lucky about is he didn't get killed in the street. It's funny, you talk all that shit and do all of this stuff, you badder than bad. And then when you get in front of people that don't give a fuck who you are, and you can't go nowhere, and your movement is limited, and so is the bullshit that they're gonna accept, all of a sudden, I left the gang, I'm not that same person, I'm this, I'm that. And we all know a lot of guys that have been down. The reason why we have repeat offenders of people going to prison and coming back right when they get out is you pick up where you left off. Jail ain't nothing but a time warp. Put you in suspended animation. Your life out here in the free world stops when you was put in handcuffs and taken out of it. So you go back and you play catch up. That's where your consciousness goes, where you left off. And you might acquire knowledge and wisdom while you was sitting on the shelf if you use that time properly to where you don't get caught up in that. But a lot of people, most people don't. This guy right here, I can't feel nothing for him. Because when he was in the street doing all of that stuff and gangbanging and all this other stuff, and they, you know, and all of a sudden, I ain't doing it no more. Well, they're not judging you for what you are now. They're judging you for what you were. They got you in front of them right now. That's the thing. Too many people fight to tell people who they are now when they could have changed who they were then to where they wouldn't be in the position that they are in now. That's real. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. This guy's put on the shelf and taxpayers are paying for his free ride. How was that justice? Ask the people that he killed, that he thought was trying to kill him, so he got the drop on him. See you in the next video. Take care.